Mars Tactics, a game that wants to be like Xenonauts or XCOM, but with a totally destructible environment. And I mean, totally. So I recently played the free available demo of Mars Tactics, a game that is being built by Takibi Games and published by Hooded Horse. The game reminds me of another game by Hooded Horse, which is called Xenonauts, which is also a turn-based tactical game. And this one here is set on Mars. You have two opposing forces, the labor faction and the corporate faction, that are fighting against each other. You see, the story is not that far yet, at least not in the demo. So we had like engaging battles. This was really nice, but we're missing kind of a purpose while we're all doing that. Let's start with what the game does the best at the moment, and this is by giving you the freedom to work with your environment as much as you want to. You can destroy not only buildings, not only obstacles, there are destructibles which are also giving you explosions, so you can work with that tactically, but you can also like destroy the ground because we're fighting on Mars. That's like most of the time it's just sand. And you can throw an HE grenade and then dig like a foxhole in the ground and then have cover out in the open that you just built yourself, which is a really cool idea. Those things already do work kind of good. What does not really work at the moment is that the UI is sometimes not really working with whatever you want the UI to do. So left click is usually selecting something, right click is engaging into something. And sometimes it just simply doesn't show up what you want to do or the actions that you want to do. Then you right click and then the actions appear. It's a little bit messy at the moment, but this is like the pre-alpha state of the game, just to give you like a heads up of what their vision is. The graphic is pretty simple, a really blocky design, like those low poly games that you know nowadays, but that doesn't mean that the game doesn't look good. I mean, the character models look quite nice, the ragdolls are working already pretty well. Like if there is someone going behind cover, they're almost like touching the cover when they're pushing against it. So this is really nice. When the bodies are flowing around, they're like actually like adjusting to the floor where they fall around, so it can be like that they're laying like this, you know, around. That's happening. And this is really nice to see. So physics work in this game. That's quite nice. And the overall appearance is good to look at. It's nothing really bad. My biggest problem with the game at the moment is like I don't really see where I do get the ability to shoot my opponents, or where can I get like beneficial spots to see like maybe a flank or something else. There are no real indicators at the moment. And also, if you think you got a good position, sometimes you are trying to hit your enemy and you only get like a 1 or 2% chance to hit those enemies. But then again, they have a mechanism in the game that works with the low percentage of hitting enemies, and this is suppressing your enemies. Like as they say, the suppressing is one of the most important things that you can do in this game, and it works quite well. Like you can fire at an enemy, suppress them because you just shot into their direction, and they are hunkering down behind cover because they are afraid of your shots. That will lead to two different things happening. One, you are stealing engagement from them, so you steal action points. That means your opponent that is suppressed loses an action point, or you lose an action point if you're getting suppressed. And the other one that is suppressing gains an action point. And the really cool thing is that you can either take that action point for the character that led to the suppression, or you can give it to another character in the line of sight of that suppressing character. So that's really cool. You can have more additional action points in your game by not even hitting your enemy, but then getting like into a better spot, or then of course after that trying to hit another shot or something. What I really like I think the first time that I've seen that in an XCOM style game, correct me if I'm wrong, but if I throw or if I get thrown on an HE grenade, my guys actually, or the other guys are actually running away from that grenade. That it works even if they don't even have action points anymore, and it's not taking action points away from them. I think at the moment this is a little bit too good, so they are running away too far, and most of the times they're avoiding my HE pretty well. But I do like that they're actually responding to the threat and are not standing around like some ragdolls that are just, you know, if they have no emotions whatsoever, even if you throw an HE onto in front of their feet. No, they're actually reacting to stuff like that. You have more cool things, like you can call in airstrikes that are opened up after a few turns. And sometimes you can get like better or achievements in other rounds if you have found something in previous rounds, like for example ships that can do these airstrikes. If you find and capture those ships, you will then have the ability in the next round or in the next level to get those airstrikes. You can play through, at least at the moment in the demo, you can play through the campaign either by clearing out the level before and making your guys better, and then taking that into the next level. So it is a little bit like a roguelite, but I hope that they are changing that and you actually have a base of operations where you, like exactly like in Xenonauts, you can then shake your fire team and swap maybe a few guys out or whatever you want to do. What's really cool is that you can pick up stuff from your enemies or from your own people during the game for free, which is really cool. So you just need to be around those spots where the equipment lays, one tile around those equipment, and then you can pick up stuff that they dropped, like another HE or a different gun or something, and it doesn't cost you anything to do so. And then you can swap that stuff out and use it against your enemies. That was really cool in the first mission, where we had like to secure prisoners, and of course the prisoners were then like thrown into the game without any equipment, and then I had like a lot of bodies around those prisoners, and then I just simply sent those prisoners to get the equipment, and I had a full fire team back after losing a lot of my fire team. I could replenish that with other people very seamlessly. At the moment, I think that damage is very, very punishing in this game. Like, if you are landing shots, your guys are getting a lot of damage at the moment. Snipers are usually like a one-shot, at least for like normal enemies. They are one-shots. I think that they're going to get like different enemy types, maybe even some heavy armored types that you cannot shoot with one shot from a sniper. But at the moment, the damage is like really punishing, especially because most of the times the enemies are coming in with more people than your fire team, and you will have a really hard time. You have to be very smart about your choices. Then again, this is really nice for all the tacticians out there that really wants to have that challenge. So anyway, you saw the gameplay behind me. Mars Tactics is at the moment as a demo available in Steam. You find the links in the description down below if you want to check it out. It does look great at the moment. I hope that they're changing some things here and there that are disturbing and sometimes even a lot more punishing that they should be. But I see another really cool turn-based tactics game on the horizon. So enjoy that and see you in the next video. Bye bye.